What's going on, everybody? You know who it is. It's your motherfucking boy, Savar Matner, man. Just got back from the gym. Had a great time at the gym. I went also last week. I'm working on that footage, guys. I only got 2 days of recording last week. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more before I upload that. So just be patient. I got some clips here playing on the screen right now from last week. I started back squatting. Now, of course, hack squatted last week. Did some leg work last week. Did some chest work last week. You know, basic stuff. You know, nothing crazy. Back work. And then this week, which is just this morning, today, legs. As you guys can probably see, I increased the weight on the hack squat machine. This front squat machine, I'm not really sure what you call this. You could call it a front squat. You can call it maybe a goblet squat. It's something similar. I already never knew the name of this machine, but I know it's a fucking squat. And it put the weight on the front, load up the front, and I did a few reps. Very first time that I done this machine, and it felt really good. For me to have to use my body instead of the hack squat machine to rest my back on, to actually use my body to lift the weights. And then of course I did some leg extensions. Then tomorrow be a full body down. I'm hitting upper and lower arms. You know, I did some shoulder press work that was off camera. I call them pressing around the world. You know, you press up like an Arnold press, come back in, press up. I call it pressing around the world. But I did that today, man. And then of course some treadmill work today. But the other day, Alan Roberts, my boy Alan, you guys go check him out. Alan did a video to Anna O'Brien, a reaction video on live stream, known as Glares and Lasers, about her workout. Now, listen, Anna done lost some weight. I think she's on Wegovy and Ozempic, but she has lost some weight. But as a personal trainer, as someone that dabbles in this, been dabbling now for a couple of years, you know, still getting my ears wet, still learning as I go, but you know, I have vastly, right, improved, right, from the first time I became a personal trainer. Because you're always studying, you're always trying to do things to better yourself as a personal trainer, so you can be knowledgeable. And it's not about just lifting weights; it's about a healthy lifestyle. And that's what I do to my clients. I give them a program, but also stressing the program that good food, good dieting skills, mental health skills, all that plays a factor in a healthy lifestyle. Instead of just putting on muscle and just want to get in shape for the gym. It's about learning how to live, how to eat, how to manage your stress, and how to just be overall healthy. So I applaud her for trying to be healthy, but you shouldn't be giving advice in a field that you're not certified in. I'm a certified personal trainer, right? Now my certification is this month on the 30th, so I need to recertify before the 30th. And I've been studying. I can just pay for recertification, but I actually want to retake the test, try to score a lot higher instead of a B plus, get an A. Try to score as high as I can. And of course, I'm working in other certification areas like to be a strength coach and all that as well. So, you know, instead of just buying the credits from ACE and just keeping it afloat, I really like to challenge myself. So that's what I'm doing. But I am a certified personal trainer. Okay. So, and my name is Savar Matner. It's just a nickname I go by. All right. So if you try to type it in ACE, it's not going to put up Savar Matner. But people didn't know. They know my real name. I've been doxxed before. I have showed my stuff on camera before. So go back and find the video. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now, with all that being said, my boy Alan, you guys go check out Alan Roberts' channel. He shouted me out right here, and this is what got me to do this video. And he asked my opinion, and I'm going to show you exactly why he asked right here. Here's a clip.
Don't stomp your foot down with straight legs like that either.
You shouldn't.
Like, here's how I don't think that her co-pilot coach is a real fucking coach. Okay? It's like an actual real person. I think it's an algorithm. Because if you would be watching this as a trainer, you would be, of course, to the trainers I have in the chat.
How you doing, Alan?
The biggest concern is her knees, her ankles, and her lower back, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's like the biggest concerns. And if Savar,
yep.
if you're in the chat, you'll let me know.
Yeah.
But that is your biggest concern.
It is.
Knees, ankles, hips, and lower back.
Yeah. Now, there's a reason why Alan brought that up. Okay, she was doing some warm-up exercises, all right? And there are just some things you shouldn't do. All right. I'm going to stand up and see if this camera gets me pretty good. She was doing like good mornings and stuff, okay? Now listen. When you get ready to do certain exercises, let me up this camera a little bit. There we go. When you do certain exercises, all right, it's all about form. It's all about how you present yourself. Technique is key. When you are doing good mornings, okay, let me adjust this camera a little bit. It's a hip hinge, first of all. So you want to sit back to engage the glutes and the hamstrings. I'm going to try to adjust the camera. Sorry, like I say, sorry out there, guys. I'm doing it all by myself, right? You want to sit back and bring it down a little bit more. As low as I can get this motherfucker. How about that? There we go. You want to break at the hips. So you're going to basically sit back, break at the hips to engage the glutes and hamstrings. From here, it's by keeping your core tight. Be aware of your spine. You want neutral spine. So you want the curve in your lower lumbar. You want to keep your thoracic spine nice and straight. And you want to bring your cervical spine into alignment, right? You break, you go down nice and slow until you feel that nice stretch in your hamstrings and stop about right here until you can't go no more. If you can go a little lower, go, but you want to make sure you have your back as straight as possible. I feel that nice stretch in my hamstrings and my glutes, and simply you come back up, nice and slow. She was doing shit like this here and kind of rounding her lower back. You don't want that. That is a recipe for disaster. You break, sit back, start here. Break at the hips, sit back, bend the knees. You don't want to keep straight knees. You want to bend the knees. That number one, helps take pressure off your knees when you're that big. Number two, it helps with circulation of blood in the lower extremity so you won't pass out. Believe it or not, that's number two. Number three, you're actually using the muscles that's supposed to be used in this movement from a hip hinge. You're setting your base better and everything, and it's able to allow you to really engage with the floor as you lower yourself down the hip hinge, neutral spine, nice and tight, tuck in your chin, you'll keep your back nice and tight, right? And come up. When you come up, you want to engage from the floor up and then set back. She was doing that, and then she had one exercise she was doing. She was kicking her legs up and stomping them down. Listen, this is a slow movement. You're trying to engage the core. So up, nice and slow down. Up, nice and I almost fell down because I'm tight. My hamstrings are tight from working out today, right? Up, nice and slow down. Up, nice and slow down. When you slam your foot down, you are 300 pounds. When you slam your foot down, you have a bone. I love my stuff because I study, right? Known as the tibia. That's the front of your leg here, right? It's this bone right here, the tibia, okay? Which connects down to the foot where the talus muscle is. On the front of your fucking foot right here, okay? Which runs up to your patella. Your patella is attached to a ligament, by the way, called the patella ligament. But the lateral and the medial condyle area here is what helps support that your kneecap, your patella in your knee joint area. When you stomp like you're stomping, you are sending a lot of force back up to this area, and it has to absorb that shock. And whatever little cartilage you have is fucked. But not only that, your patella ligament is taking a lot of abuse when you do that. A shit ton. And you have other ligaments in here like your medial and lateral patellar, other sides of the kneecap and all that shit, right? And you have a few more ligaments like your I'm trying to think of the name. Your MCL, all that. You have the MCL and the PCL ligaments in there as well. You can tear that shit. Okay? You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Don't stomp your legs down. Okay? Also, when you squat, I'm going to bring this camera down. You can see my squat form. I want you to be able to see my squat form. Okay? When you squat, all right? Let me move my chair out the way. Listen, I want you to be able to see this shit. Okay? Might have to move the camera a certain way. I might have to go outside. But listen, because I ain't got that much space. I'm going to turn this way so you guys can see. My feet is at an angle. It's not straight. They're between a 15 and 45 degree angle because I want my knees to travel over my feet. I don't want my feet straight because my feet is straight. Then my knees are going to track straight, and that's going to put a lot of strain. Say it with me now. Back on the patellar ligaments and joints and all that shit that runs through here. You don't want that. So you open up, right? Feet 15 to 45 degree angle. It's a hip hinge. Break at the hips. Sit back. Neutral spine. Go down as low as you can comfortably go. Up nice and slow. I'm going to turn to the side. You can see it again from the side. I'm going to turn this way so you can see it this way. It's probably a lot better. My legs are open. 45 degree angle at most. Break at the hips. I'm going to sit back. Neutral spine. Go down as low as I can. And I am tight. Hamstrings from training. Come back up. Nice and slow. Do it again. Down. Neutral spine. Back up. Nice and slow. Also, when doing a push-up, and this is key. I'm just gonna keep the camera up for this. I'm gonna show you a video of her doing push-ups. Okay, listen. Doing push-ups. Your shoulder joint is the most flexible joint in your body. It's also the most abused joint in your body. Okay. Time to get this out. Your AC joint, right, is what we call AC joint. It's a big name, but this joint right here, your shoulder joint. Listen, frontal plane, sagittal plane, transversal plane, multiplane. It is the most flexible and the most used joint in your whole body. With that comes great risk that if you hurt your shoulder, the muscles like the infraspinatus muscle on the back, the supraspinatus muscle that attached to this. Your supraspinatus, you have the infraspinatus muscle, which is what I tore, right? Your deltoids, the rear, which is the rear. You got a rear deltoid, but your supraspinatus muscles, all those muscles here, attached to the back of your shoulder. Right? Which I had a rear, here we go, right here. They attach to the back, you can say the graded tubercle. They attach to the back of your shoulder. You can easily get a shoulder impingement by having flared arms like this. Why? Because when you do this here, you're internally rotating your shoulders. You ever see people bench press like they're doing like a guillotine press? They're using very light weight instead of heavy weight because they don't want to put an adverse strain on that joint and fuck it up. You need to tuck your shoulders. Tuck and press. Same with a push-up. It's the same principle. The same exact principle when you do a push-up. Bring my camera down. You want to bring your arms in like this here and press, push-up. You engage your chest, sit up, push-up. Not this shit. Not this shit. This right here, that feels uncomfortable as fuck with me right now. That hurts. You want to bring it in, press. I'm sorry, I'm at an angle, I know. Bring it in, press, press, press. Practice that. I'll watch you do a push-up, I'm sure in a second. To quote the Hodge twins, that's a one-way ticket to Snap City, man. and that's what it is. Understanding the body, understanding this is key. It's key. Understanding everything is key. All right? I don't care who you is. Understanding this understanding this, the bones, the structure, understanding how things work is key when you're trying to train. There are still muscles and stuff that I have to look and learn because there's so many muscles. I mean, they all run hand in hand. Muscles that you think aren't causing your pain because they don't hurt. Well, nerves and stuff run through the same area. So you might have a knot back here in your trapezius muscle way down here, but you're having pain way up here. Why? Because the muscle connects to the back of the occipital bone. Uh-oh, you can't see it. There we go. You may have a knot here, but pain up here because you have pressure points. The occipital bone is where the back of the trapezius muscle connect to. So pain can radiate up to here. You may have a pain down here in your lower lat, but it may be causing discomfort up here because the way that those muscle fibers connect and the way they all intertwine with one another. Understanding like pain in your lower back. Oh, well, my lower back hurt. Well, it could be over tight hamstring muscles, right? Could be some in your glute going on. All these muscles run hand in hand with each other. So that's why when you train, you have to understand how to train and how to do those things. And the body always amazed me. Even when I look at it now, there's still some things that fascinates me because understanding, you know, like what your scapula does, you know, what the clavicle bone is for, what attached to this bone, your clavicular head, your pectoral muscle of your chest, your chest muscle. Like understanding those things is awesome. So my advice to you, Anna, before we watch your video here in a second, is to leave it to the professionals. And I'm not no Jeff Cavalier. That's someone that been in the game for 20 plus fucking years. I'm not an Allen Roberts. Allen been in the game longer than I've been alive. I'm almost 40. He's in his 50s. He's been in the game probably about 20 some years plus. You know, you had your people out there of that nature. The Jeff Nippers. That I'm probably older, but he's been studying this shit longer than me. You know, even Greg Doucette. I give Greg a hard time, but Greg is very knowledgeable in this area because he's been doing it for 20 some fucking years, right? Leave it to people like that, Scott Hermans of the world and shit like that. People like me, I'm a small channel. I do have a few clients, but I know my shit, and I'm in pretty decent shape. I used to be a fucking blob. I done put my pictures up before. I used to be a fucking blob. I got the military and got fast fuck. That's why I still got loose skin. It's slowly going away because I'm on a cut now. Loose skin from how big my face used to fucking be. But now I have a little bit of lean tissue off the creatine, a little bit of lean tissue. I got some muscle mass, natural muscle. And those somebody say steroid, that's natural muscle. Good fucking leg development. My legs are fried right now. You know, you want to train your legs. Always train your legs. You know, I mean, I'm in pretty good. This leg just weak because I've been training the fuck out of it. But I'm in pretty good shape. And my right leg, I know it looks smaller. I had damaged that nerve, so I'm actually working to build it back up. And it could be the angle. Let me get you some light. You can't really see, but anyway, you know my point. This leg here, this outer quad, is a little bit smaller than this quad, but that's because I suffered some nerve damage. But I've been working to build it back up. The point I'm trying to make is leave it to people like us. Okay, that's my point. That's my point. Now let's watch your video real quick because I want to show you what I mean by your fucking push up here. See that? The wall, the position of your elbows is all right, but that's shoulder impingement. It's waiting to happen. That's shoulder impingement waiting to happen. Okay, that is a fucking no. And I know Alan went over this a while back. That's a fucking no. First off, get used to doing push-ups on the floor. That's too high for you to be trying to do an incline push-up. Your elbows they're not tucked, they're out. Flare. That's you're waiting because you're trying to push. You're not even getting down low enough. You need to bring your elbows down. You need to tuck them in. That is painful to watch. You're putting a lot of load on the front, side, and rear delts. Mainly the front and the rear delt. Your triceps is completely out of the equation of the push. They're not even engaged. Because in order to engage your triceps, you need to lower it down. You need to get at an angle. You need to tuck them at about 45 to 15 degrees. That's going to incorporate more tricep. This is all shoulder. Your triceps is pretty much out of the equation. You're getting no tricep activation at all. At all. You're actually putting more load on your upper back. It's damn near a fucking high row, a barbell row. So you're doing more upper back work than anything, but you're putting your shoulders in a compromising position. Yeah, I bet it does hurt. No. You have no spinal awareness. You're not keeping your back straight at all. You need to do more core training before you try to do elevated shit like this here. Because your spine, yes, you have the curve in the lumbar, the lordosis curve in the lumbar. But I mean, it's you're not straight. It's like all your weight just sunk you down, pushed you down. So you need to do more core training to keep your core neutral. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah, that push-up is horrible. Now this is all right. But believe it or not, you're putting your shoulders out in the frontal plane. Believe it or not, same thing can happen. You start increasing the weight with your shoulders like this here, you can cause impingement. Believe it or not. You need to bring it into the sagittal plane a little bit. Sagittal plane and push. Now you're engaging the front delt and some of the side delt the way you need to instead of being out like this here in a pinch position. Because putting weight like this here and causing your shoulder to go down like this here, you can put it in a very compromised position. Bring your elbows in. I say about 50 degrees. Bring it in just slightly and get into a sagittal plane. I know you guys know what planes are. As personal trainers, we know that. That's just movement of the weights. Certain planes you want to have your weight in. So this is sagittal. Right out to your side, complete to your side will be frontal. Right? So frontal plane would be like, side cable raisers, side lateral raisers would be a good example. You want that to be in the frontal plane. Right? You doing maybe like lats with cables coming down to the side. There'll be more of a frontal plane, right? Sagittal, believe it or not, the bench press is sagittal plane. The weight might be in the front going up and down, but it's sagittal, right? So, knowing all those things, the instructor on the right side of the screen, which your left, my right, he's doing it right. Notice his elbows is in the front. That's sagittal. They're not out to the side. Come in the front a little bit. Save your shoulders. Right now the weight's light, so it's not that bad. But trust me, that's a little bit better right there. A little bit better. A little sagittal plane, a little bit better. Okay, what are you doing? Box squats? Okay. Now, I'll say that's good. Nice and slow. You need... listen. No. Your heels coming up. You're bouncing at the bottom, which is causing a lot of shear on the knees. You got the weight on your neck. Probably out to the side, resting on your shoulder. You got them around the neck. So that's causing you to have a round. It's hard to see from the side, but I assure you, you're probably looking like this here. I bet when you go down, you're like this here. You're round like this here. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. When you do body weight squats, it's down. You got my stress. It's down, staying high and coming up. Down, staying high and coming up. That right there is a fucking no-no. And I would put the weight in two hands like a goblet squat in front. I wouldn't have it like that. No ma'am. No ma'am. No. Good effort though. That isn't too bad. But I would bring it in close because you got the weight out. So causing more of a leverage arm, a moment arm, if you can use moment arm, but it's causing you because you don't have enough strength to sit back, so it's causing you to lean more forward, which is bringing you off your heels. So that means you got no contact support. Also, I don't know if those are hard bottom shoes, but if those are soft bottom shoes and you're trying to do bodyweight squats in, that's a no-no because you can't put the force down when you want to come up out the hole. When you engage your hamstrings and, well, your glutes and your quads and your hamstrings and your calves, they all play a part in the squat getting you out the hole. These are like soft sole elevated shoes. You need to go to a hard sole. And I'll say go with a flat shoe. Why? Because you walk around in flat shoes daily. You don't walk around in squat shoes. So learning how to squat with a flat heel is better. And then say you're doing competition and you just had a hard time getting to depth, this squatting with an elevated heel will come into play then. But you need to learn how to squat with a hard sole flat shoe. And tuck the weight. Bring the weight in, close to your body. And hold it like this here, not out, because that's causing you to go forward. I'm telling you now, you don't have enough strength to hold the weight out. And even me, I wouldn't recommend nobody hold that weight that far like that there because it's going to cause you to have a balance issue. Bring it in close to the center of mass and squat down. It's supposed to be like this here, like this. Grab a squat. No, don't stump your feet. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. That's not too bad, but nice and slow. Take your time. Just don't swing your feet. Because see, when you swing your feet, you're not using the muscles that's meant to do the exercise. It's a nice and slow. You want to engage your glute. When you go up, nice, down, nice, down, nice, down, nice. Because now you can feel the muscles working. You're just swinging your legs up. So other areas like say, believe it or not, your abductor muscles in the middle of your groin area, the adductors, not the abductors on the outside of your ass where your glutes and shit run at. Talking about your adductors. Those muscles, if you got tight hips, you're working there more than anything else because you're just flinging them up. No, don't do side laterals like that. Lose more weight first. Yeah, those are soft sole shoes. You need to get hard sole shoes. You can put the weight down. You can transfer the weight. That's a little bit better, but I would still wait. No, deadlift. No, ma'am. No. Don't round. No. That is a lower lumbar issue waiting to happen. Anytime you get ready to do a deadlift, I don't care if it's dumbbells or not, guys. Listen, I'm going to make my thing bigger here because I know I got it off on the side. I should have came back and made it bigger before. Listen, when you do a deadlift, I don't care who you is. Listen, you don't want to around your back. It all starts at the hip. Keep your back straight, even with dumbbells. Sit down as low as you can go with dumbbells. Neutral spine, guys. Tuck in your chin. Look down at the floor. Dumbbells in your hand. Nice and slow. Everything engaged with the floor. Watch me get hard sole shoes. You push to the floor. Break at the hips. Sit back. Neutral spine. Down. Nice and slow. Up. Slow it up. I know my table's behind me, but I'm using the camera. That's how that shit's supposed to be done. I know. No. Let me go back. Here we go. Yeah, you need to practice that. You're not breaking at the hips. You're just going down. You're not breaking. You're just going down. So that's an injury waiting to happen. Rows, not too bad. Not too bad, but you need to get more to the side because all you're doing more of a high row right there. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's more of a high row you was doing. You're trying to work the lats. You need to get in. You need to get. I would practice doing seated rows first. Go to the gym, seated rows. Practice that first. Get used to doing a row. And then the dumbbells, you need to be coming back down. Not high. This is a high row. And you're working more your run boards and your upper traps than any damn thing. You want to bring your shoulders down, get more parallel, and bring that elbow back. Think about back right around the crease where your ass and your hips is at right there. If that makes sense. I'm sitting down for like getting my ass back up right now. I don't know what the fuck this is. But I wouldn't recommend you do that type of shit. Yeah, you're asking for a hernia. I wouldn't do that. Um, no. If you're trying to fish your walking gait, that ain't how you go about doing it. No, no. Flat, sole, hard bottom shoes, please. No, no, no. Now, in your other video that Alan picked apart, which I'm going to click on that in a second, do not lunge. Please don't lunge. Listen. Put this camera over here. Listen. 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 A lunge is as follows. Listen. You're not able to do this just yet. I'm not trying to make fun of you just yet. I'm trying not to hit my damn shit here. Let me come out a little bit more. Okay. Here's a lunge, guys. You want to stay upright. Down, nice and slow, up. 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 Okay? Now I'm going to do that again so you can see the upper part of my body. Okay? Watch. Stagger. Get my feet position right. Down, nice and slow, up. Down, nice and slow, up. Same thing. Feet staggered. Down, nice and slow, up. Down, nice and slow, up. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be fucking lunging. I'm sorry. You're asking for an injury. Lose some weight first. This is what I mean by staying in your lane. And then behind me, those are all exercises working on rope stuff and some other stuff. Stay in your lane. You're going to hurt yourself. You shouldn't be doing no lunges yet. None. You don't have enough strength in your legs yet to do something like that. No. Why are you trying to do bridges? No. This isn't bad. That right there is all right. That's recommended. You're on your back, working the core. That's not bad. No. See that press you're doing? You still got flare elbows. Tuck them. Engage the chest. Engage the triceps. And come down. You're doing it like this here. You're going to have a bad time. You're pressing like this here. Tuck, down, engage the chest, up. You can see my chest engaging. Down, up. Down, up. If I go wide, you don't see that much engagement. Right? If I tuck, down, up. Down, up. Nah, I wouldn't do that. They're supposed to work the center of your chest, but no. Now, I call them around the worlds, or you doing honor presses. I call them pressing the world. You go up, down, in. I like going out, up, down, in. I call them pressing the world, but people that go up and then down and then up and then down, those are honor presses. They do about the same, but that coming around and going back out really works the upper back, the rhomboids and all those muscles in the back. Infranace muscle, supinace muscle, they get a little work coming in, going out and back up. What's the teres minor? You got a teres minor back there, teres major. They get work too. Both those muscles connect to the back of your arm, the greater tabernacle to the back. You can say the greater tabernacle muscle to the back.
I always joke that.
Okay.
Have a good workout unless it's...
Yeah. Stay on the mat was good. That you shouldn't let your back slouch in the middle. But anyway, now Alan was doing this video here. So here's what Alan was talking about. I'm gonna go back a little bit because Alan broke it down, and I don't want to ruin his whole video with his live stream. So you guys can go look at his live stream. I'll link it down below. But see that stuff right there? No, you're just going too fast. You need to slow. Oh, we got to add. We got to add Alan. Goddamn you, Alan. You need to slow down.
I got her sped up, so I want to take a look. But slow the fuck down.
Slow down. Yeah, see, you're just throwing your weight. You're just throwing your weight. There, your back. This, no. Look at that rounding right there. You're just throwing your weight. Don't do that. That's that good morning I was telling you about. Break at the hips, spine awareness. You want neutral spine, down nice and slow, up nice and slow. This is mainly a posterior chain movement. For those who don't know what posterior chain is, it's all the muscles behind you. So from your upper traps, from the clavicular head, all the way down to your calves, the back of your fucking goddamn ankle back here. Your posterior chain. That mainly targets the calves, the hamstrings, the glutes, and the lower back. If you do it correctly. That's why a good morning is very effective with low weight. Body weight is good. You can give a nice good stretch, but she's just throwing her weight, and she shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that.
You should go at a way slower fucking pace.
Yes.
You shouldn't be instructing anybody to fucking do
Exactly. No, that, and then the thrust at the front, no.
You don't feel like you need to go as fast as me, said the circus fat woman.
But you got this. Wait a minute. This.
The goal is to get healthy.
Yeah. The slapping your legs, stumping your legs is something else I want to see.
Time to get into the workout.
Okay.
Don't ever do that.
Let me see. Because I don't want to ruin it. That's not too bad. I don't know what the fuck they is. I'm going to let Alan roast you on that. I think you were doing more push-ups.
Angle for her to show why this is dangerous.
Yeah. I think she was doing more push-ups right here. Some shit. Oh, no. She was doing the knee slaps. I wouldn't do that. Where is the fucking, okay, the wall squat? Where's the lunges? You were doing lunges. Let me find the fucking lunge.
Very bad.
'Cause I want you to see. Where's the lunge at?
Oh,
That's the warm-up. Yeah, this. Listen.
if you're new to working out, I would. Then you
You don't need to do these fucking lunges.
3 months.
I'm sorry.
You should not be instructing anybody to fucking do this.
Don't do lunges. Look how you already wobbling to the right side. You don't even have your feet positioned right. No. No.
Look at her knee all out of fucking line.
It's out of alignment. Yeah. No.
Hang on a second.
No. That's
Right here.
no.
Can you guys see this? Right here.
Yeah.
Her knee is not even in alignment.
Nope. Her toes going one way knee. You're asking for a ligament sprain, a tear. You're asking for it. Your kneecap, the cartilage, the patella ligament, listen, the MCL, those ligaments, all right? The ones I named earlier, right? Where the fuck they at? Your patella ligament here. You got a lateral patella, retina costal, what the fuck? And you got a medial patella, right? They're known as, don't quote me, I know down you got the ACL down your ankle and all that. I think this is the MCL and the PCL in your knee, right? Still learning those ligaments, but I know about the patella ligament. But you're asking for a ligament or a tendon tear. Your feet's this here, your knee's doing this here. Your knee's supposed to track over your feet at all times. That's why when you do squats, in order to get to the proper depth and open up your hip, it's a hip hingement, you open up your feet so your knees can track this way. Not this way. You're asking for a fucking problem. So, that's enough of that. My advice to you, Anna O'Brien, is to stop trying to train people before you get somebody seriously fucking hurt. Talk to someone in the field. Anyone. It can be somebody that's going to tell you right. You should be doing low impact, low dumbbells type training. For body weight training is enough. But learning how to do it the right way is key. You need not to be doing lunges. Push-ups, not so much neither. Stick with the wall right now until you understand how to tuck your elbows in. You're asking for a serious shoulder injury. And once you fuck up your shoulder, you're pretty much fucked up. That rotator cuff, you fuck that up, you're fucked. you're fucked. So you need to learn how to do shit correctly. I'm not perfect. That's how I injured myself here about 2 months ago, rushing a squat. And I love squatting. But on that day, I wasn't checking all my shit, and I was trying to just make content. And instead of me tucking my elbows in on the squat, they was doing the chicken wing. Express finesse muscle got torn. It's painless, but it's torn. My traps got compressed. Because guess what? The C3 and C4, those nerves, work with the infraspinatus muscle. So since those muscles got torn from the neck down, I felt numbness. Oh yeah, and my T1. Because the way the bar was and the way I wasn't up under the bar the right way, and I preloaded in the hole instead of being under the bar right before I decided to squat. And I'm a personal trainer, and I made that mistake. Not thinking shit was corrected and not checking my shit. So leave it to someone that can correct your form. Fixing your walking gait, lunges they can over time. But you need to practice just different. When you walk, watch how you walk. And then train yourself how to fix that balance. If you know your right leg, dummy, hold shit on the left side of your body. Why? Because now you have to, on the right side, it brings your left. Well, no, put on the left. Put it on the left. Because if your right leg down, that means you hold shit on the right, so you used to leave your right leg. Put it on the left. Why? That will make you have to engage your left muscles more. Okay? Yes, the right leg is going to do some of the work, but now you need to engage more on the left side. Right? Yoga is good for fixing walking gaits as well, from stretching, mobility work, and stuff like that. But focusing on your weak side more is what's going to bring up that walking gait. Muscle imbalance and stuff of that nature there. Some people have bigger legs. Like I got my right leg, I'm right leg dominant. It might be a little bit smaller, but it's my stronger leg. Because when I was training, not doing isolateral movements and training muscles at different times, always doing compound lifts, my right leg grew, my left leg lagged. Now, when I hurt myself from doing too much on the deadlift and then trying to do a low bar squat the same day, don't do that. That was a herniation in my L4, L5 a couple of years ago. That caused that leg to atrophy. So that's why the outside of my quad looks the way it looks on this leg. But it's still my stronger leg. So when I walk, my right leg wants to lead all the time. So I've been purposely putting shit in my left side to make my left leg play catch up. And I've been working on training my left leg a little bit more than my right leg, as that leg is still recovering from that nerve issue. But me being a personal trainer, I know how to train around stuff like that. I know how to correct that stuff. You don't. And if you get hurt, you're going to be hurt for a while. So my advice to you is stop trying to coach people. Low impact. Cardio is your friend right now. And eating whole foods. But cardio is your friend. Cutting your carbs down. I'm on a low carb diet right now. Starting today. Actually, I started Sunday, but today, until my birthday here in 30 days, December 1st, I'm not eating no more than 100 grams of carbs a day. And the closer I get to my birthday, even that number going to start to go down. The goal is to get to around 50 2 weeks out so I can really tighten up. So I'm mainly upping my protein. I'm upping my hydration a little bit. And I'm upping the carbs that I am getting from more whole foods. Right? So that's what I'm doing. If I can do it, you damn sure can do it. All that fat on you is unused energy. The body would do this amazing thing with that fat. It would take it and use it as glycogen and as glucose. It can turn into sugar. That's what fat is. It can do that type of shit. But when you come to give yourself the carbohydrates for energy, it's not going to want to touch that. Therefore, you'll stay obese. So, ease off the carbs. Keep your protein high. Hydration. Manage your stress. Cardio. Low impact cardio. Not running. Walking. Getting used to walking. Standing more. Getting to a pool. Cycling. Even a stair stepper at low speeds. That's your best friend right now. Body weight only is what we recommend for you to do. Not push-ups right now. I say squat I would say with the dumbbells, curls, and presses, bent over flies, you gotta know how to do it the proper right way. So you need to get with your trainer to make sure you're using proper form, right? Wall squats is good, right? If you want to do a wall squat, wall push-ups, I'll stick with that. But mainly diet and cardio is what you should be doing right now. That's my advice from me to you. So don't take it personal. This is me trying to help you not hurt yourself and hurt anyone else. You guys go watch Alan Roberts' channel. Link it down below. Go watch his whole critique of Anna O'Brien's video. You can go on Anna O'Brien's channel, Glitters and Lasers. I will link her channel below. You can go check it out for yourself. And that's my advice. You can take it or leave it. The choice is yours. To quote Fleece Johnson. You know who Fleece Johnson is? Look him up. Have a barf bag. But the choice is yours. Yeah, have a good one, guys. I'm out. Peace.